Kenal tau. Itu lonely.
Okay, guys. We are going to do like what we did the day before when the IGP was here with the immigration officer, senior director was here. The concept is very simple. We will start with the local media first. For the first 5 minutes or so, we will start from one angle. From that, work our way. Okay? And then back again. So, RTM, Bernama, TV3, local media, take that opportunity. You missed that window after that, don't blame me. Followed by then our members from the international media. Same concept, left, right, center, everybody will get a chance. Try to avoid repeating question. If it's a repeating question, I will just cut short and we'll go to the next question. Okay? And we will try to extend as long as we can. So we try to give the opportunity as long as we can hold the fort, we will do. So, more or less everybody ready? Okay, recording devices up front. Phone off on silent mode or off or on vibration, that's all. Recording devices, last call. Not in the center, please. Please give him room to put his notes. Okay.
Just place it there, then we say.
Okay, those who can't, please, we have the speakers at the back, we have the monitor at the back, and we have the ADA link behind, you can plug it into that. Oi, banyaknya. One reporter, so many recording devices. Ayo. I thought only carry one, ma. Okay. Please relax. Members of the media, those are in front, I appreciate you be seated. You do not block the gentlemen behind. That is why the reason why we have the cameraman behind and the reporters come forward. Earlier you were behind, you had to stand, nobody can see you. Now you're in front, please. Sit down, put up your hand, ask the question. When you are selected. And refrain from shouting. Please. We are all gentlemen and ladies, eh? Okay.
Jangan buat suruh dia keluar dari sana. Okey. Lagi dia saya pesan.
Acem, Adrian.
Tak jadi time tu je. Tu lama tak genter ke bang. Boleh tak? Okey. Tanya dulu. Takut kepala. Nampak kepala tak? Okey, sekejap. Nampak? Kalau begini bang. Faham bang. Okey lah. Atau polis tak kapok.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Berhormat Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, Acting Minister of Transportation, Datuk Azharuddin Abdul Rahman, Director General, Department of Civil Aviation, and of course, Chairman Jawri Yahya, CEO, MAS. We will start with the PC. In a moment, please. Just waiting for crossover. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our PC session for today. We are now into our 6th day of the operation, and we will start out with the PC by our Minister of Transportation, Praveen.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'll start off with a statement which goes like this. It is now 6 days since MH370 disappeared. There are currently 43 ships and 40 aircraft searching for it, 26 ships and 25 aircraft in the South China Sea, and 17 ships and 15 aircraft on the Straits of Malacca. We are grateful for the assistance from around the world. With every passing day, the task becomes more difficult, and as always, our thoughts and prayers are with the families of those on the flight. Trust me, we will spare nothing in our efforts to find MH370. Before I take any questions, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to clear up a few issues. Firstly, being on the engine data. I would like to refer to news reports suggesting that the aircraft may have continued flying for some time after last contact. As Malaysian Airlines will confirm shortly, those reports are inaccurate. The last transmission from the aircraft was at 0107, which indicated that everything was normal. Rolls-Royce and Boeing teams are here in Kuala Lumpur and have worked with MAS and the investigations team since Sunday. These issues have never been raised. Whenever there are new details, they must be corroborated. Since today's media reports, MAS has asked Rolls-Royce and Boeing specifically about the data. As far as Rolls-Royce and Boeing are concerned, those reports are inaccurate. On the Chinese satellite imagery, a Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency surveillance plane was dispatched this morning to investigate potential debris shown on Chinese satellite images. We deployed our assets but found nothing. We have contacted the Chinese embassy, who notified us this afternoon that images were released by mistake and did not show any debris from MH370. The third issue that I need to clarify is on the FAA directive. The aircraft has been fully serviced and was fit to fly according to engineering and maintenance records. All maintenance checks were in order. The last routine maintenance service was conducted on the 23rd of February 2014. The next service was due on the 19th of June. On the radar signals, it is suggested that there was a possibility that an aircraft had passed over the Straits of Malacca. We have a duty to investigate any possibility. We owe it to the families of those on the flight to follow up every lead, and on that basis, we dispatched extra ships and aircraft to search the area. However, our main effort has always been in the South China Sea. We are working very closely with the FAA and the NTSB on the issue of the possible air turnback. They have indicated to us that based on the information and data given by the Malaysian authorities, they being FAA and NTSB, the US team was of the view that there were reasonable grounds for Malaysian authorities to deploy resources to conduct search on the western side of the peninsular Malaysia. Under the circumstances, it is appropriate to conduct a search, even if the evidence suggests there is a possibility of finding even a minor evidence to suggest that the aircraft would have been there. The fifth issue, ladies and gentlemen, is about raw data. As I'm sure you can understand, we will not ordinarily release raw data from our military radar. But in this case, we have put the search effort above our national security. We have shared our data with our international partners, including the US and China, to help with the search efforts. 6, police investigation into the pilots. Reports suggesting that the Malaysian police searched the homes of the MH370 crew are not true, and the Royal Malaysian Police have issued a statement to that effect. Finally, Malaysia's response. I want to touch on the question of Malaysia's response. First, this situation is unprecedented. MH370 went completely silent whilst over the open ocean. We are in the middle of a multinational search involving many countries and more than 80 ships and aircraft. This is a crisis situation. It is a very complex operation, and it has not always been easy. We are devoting all our energies to the task at hand, and I want to be very clear. Our focus has been on finding the aircraft. We have not done anything that could jeopardize this search effort. There are times when we have not been able to reveal information, for example, some radar signals, because they require analysis and confirmation by other agencies before they are being released. To release such information before it was ready could have compromised the investigation or the search efforts, and which will add anguish to the relatives. Malaysia has nothing to hide. We have spared no expense and no effort. From day one, we have been in regular contact with our neighboring countries and accepted all international offers for help. We have followed protocols as stipulated by the International Civil Aviation Organization since the incident began. Much has been made about the extension of the search areas. Some claim that Malaysia has slowed down the search. That is totally not true. In fact, we have intensified the search. Again, let me be clear, there is no real precedent for a situation like this. The plane vanished. We have extended the search area because it is our duty to follow every lead, and we owe it to the families. And trust me when I say we will not give up. Questions?
Okay, hold on. We'll start with the Malaysian. Please.
Jadi daripada kita tak nak tuduh menuduh, kerana saya dah menyatakan tadi bahawa usaha kita hari ini merupakan usaha bersama. Tidak pernah dalam sejarah di mana kita lihat begini ramai aset-aset daripada pelbagai negara tampil ke hadapan untuk membantu. Mungkin ada sebab-sebab tertentu, pihak-pihak tertentu yang ingin melaga-lagakan keadaan, tetapi ini tidak akan berhasil kerana niat dan nawaitu kita ialah untuk mencari pesawat berkenaan. Dan ini penting untuk saya tekankan di sini kerana saya agak terharu sampai hari ini masih lagi ada negara-negara tertentu yang ingin menghantar aset dan membantu dalam kerjasama operasi yang cukup kompleks ini.
Hold on.
Well, the engine data, what was reported that the engine data was transmitted, I think long after the last report that received the last, what you call the ACAS transmission from the aircraft. Based on our records, the last ACAS transmission was done at 1:07 local time. Right? And that was the last transmission that we ever received from the aircraft. It did not run beyond that. 1:07.
Bernama?
No. Unfortunately, no. No to both.
On this surplus. You're from, please identify. Repeating.
Ini telah dijawab tadi.
Telah dijawab dah.
Okay, berkenaan dengan pesawat itu terbang 4 jam, itu adalah berkaitan tak betul. Pasal the last transmission yang kita dapat adalah 1:07 pagi waktu Malaysia. Itu saya bicara sekarang sedang kita or rather we have contacted both the possible source of the data, Rolls-Royce dengan Boeing, and both have said that they did not receive the data.
Okay, please identify. That's sir, please.
Dia ada 2-3 siasatan yang dilakukan serentak. Tetapi yang paling penting daripada awal lagi saya nyatakan bahawa tumpuan kita ialah untuk mencari pesawat berkenaan. Jadi semua maklumat yang ada ni kita kena tumpukan kepada usaha mencari dahulu. Dari segi siasatan-siasatan lain yang menyentuh kepada keselamatan, sama ada ianya terorisme atau keselamatan berhubung kait dengan penumpang dan pilot crew kita, ini telah pun dijawab oleh Tan Sri IGP kita lebih awal, dan bagi saya ianya akan berterusan, dan saya boleh nyatakan di sini setiap nama yang ada di dalam manifest itu sedang dikaji dan diteliti, bukan sahaja oleh agensi risekan kita tetapi agensi daripada negara-negara berkenaan.
Maning, please. No, hold on. Maning, yeah, look up. Please. Identify, please.
Yes, as long as we do not find any debris or any indication of the aircraft, we will expand the efforts. We will inform you where and when. And for your information, tomorrow I've proposed to the military to have a technical briefing to the media regarding all the assets that have been deployed, both by us and those from the countries. The technical capabilities, for example, the P3 Orion and all the other vessels will be briefed to the media tomorrow to indicate the sophistication of the equipment that we have in our hands at the moment and how we are deploying it.
Hold on, please. Yes. Identify yourself, please.
I'm from Guangming. Just want to answer question for Encik Ahmad Jawari about the special conservation money for Malaysian families. Is it raised up from 6,600 to 16,000? Same with the China family?
As far as this is basically an assistance, okay, allowance, it is the same quantum that we gave regardless whether you are a Malaysian or you are one of our international travelers. Same quantum.
Okay, TV3.
Jadi adakah ianya diterima dan sekiranya tak diterima adakah ianya adalah satu dikawal oleh pilot itu sendiri dan suggestion yang diterima daripada pihak PDG sendiri memandangkan Malaysia mempunyai hubungan baik dengan imam daripada Mekah. Jadi bolehkah kita meminta sokongan bersama-sama solat hajat di sana di peringkat antarabangsa dengan doa untuk diterima dan dibuka untuk segala jalan ini saya.
Alat tu memang ada dan saya mengesahkan bahawa kita tidak ada terima apa-apa signal daripada semua alat-alat yang ada. Ini yang menyebabkan kita agak sukar untuk memberi maklumat yang lebih terperinci. Berkait dengan doa dan usaha kita sama ada di Mekah atau dalam usaha-usaha lain, saya memang agak terharu. Dan bukan sahaja mereka yang beragama Islam, tetapi semua rakyat Malaysia yang pelbagai agama telah tampil ke hadapan dalam satu kesatuan yang amat saya hargai dalam keadaan ini menjejaskan operasi kita. Keduanya, maklumat-maklumat yang tidak ada penjelasan dan verification, ianya boleh menyentuh kepada perasaan ahli keluarga itu sendiri, memberi harapan yang akhirnya tidak benar. Dan di sini saya nak baca apa yang telah dinyatakan oleh kedutaan China berupa kait dengan satelit. Saya dapat pengesahan daripada dutanya untuk membenarkan saya baca word for word, and I quote: "The publication of the satellite image is an accident, a personal behavior, to put it on the website of SASTIM. The government neither authorized nor endorsed the behavior, which is now under investigation. The image is not been confirmed is to be connected with the plane. His Excellency, Mini Duta China wishes to reiterate that on our side, we will at the first time inform your side of whatever important developments for verification." Yang for verification itu saya tambah.
Dalam insiden ini kita telah melihat kembali, we play back the recording recording sebelum hilangnya pesawat dari radar dan seterusnya, dan tidak ada langsung distress signal yang direkodkan dalam rakaman. Tengok mendadak. Kalau tak dapat detect, then we don't know. It's not in our record. The video also shows that's why we are expanding, intensifying our search into the Andaman Sea, and we have cooperation from the Indian government to likewise help us in the search. Yes, we got the radar. We are asking our neighboring countries for radar that should be able to help us. That's under investigation.
Okay, now we go to the international circuit. Please. Yes.
Anshuman from Reuters. Can you confirm, did the plane drop off within the radar range, or did you lose sight of it because it went beyond the range of your radar?
We lose the aircraft at the point of when we transfer the responsibility from Malaysia Flight Information Region into the Vietnam Flight Information Region to Ho Chi Minh City at the control center. We lost the aircraft from our radar at that particular stage called Igari. And that's what we know from our secondary radar. And that's it. So if you ask where the aircraft is now, it's easy for us to find it, but we are searching the area and we are unable to find anything on any object from the aircraft.
Okay, the gentleman at the end there, please.
Michael Sheridan from the Sunday Times. Minister, can I invite you to be absolutely precise regarding the question of the Indian data? Are you saying that Boeing and Rolls-Royce thought that no data was received from the engines from the point at which you lost radar contact?
To be absolutely precise, I think MAS have got to do start to that.
Rolls-Royce and Boeing did not receive any further transmission beyond the last transmission that was done at 107.
The last first transmission was at 107. That should not be helpful now to search the plane. What is the remaining system in the plane that you are relying on, or what data are you still analyzing at the moment that will help you find the plane?
As far as the ACAS data, that was the last transmission.
No more system in the plane?
No more system in the plane.
Yes. Gaurav from the Wall Street Journal. Can you also explain, when you say that the ACAS data was lost, and the last was 107, can you explain what is the frequency of the transmission to the ACAS data?
The ACAS data is programmed on what we call certain event triggers. Okay? Like, for example, upon takeoff, upon climb, reaching the top of climb, and then depending on whether you program it to report every waypoint, all right, or you can program it every 30 minutes interval into the flight, or assuming that, no, not assuming, or when there are abnormalities within any of the systems, whether engine or airframe or other things, and it will then send down data to say that something is just not right. But the last transmission received at 107 state that everything is operating normally.
Ashok from Times Now. My question is regarding the cell phone data of the passengers. Has there any kind of investigation into that?
We are still doing investigation.
Please. Samana Lawin from Al Jazeera. The Institute was saying that in former areas, we have some stage and
We are looking at all possibilities.
Yes.
I'm from China. There are about 30 average of Chinese companies. And what are you do with the university looking out? And what's the difference between, let's say, the Britain in Beijing?
The 20 Chinese family have made a decision to travel to Kuala Lumpur. Like I said, we are talking to them. They are free to stay in Kuala Lumpur up to up to whatever time they want, and they're free to return back to China if they feel that they want to spend more time in China. So we will help them in whatever way.
Yes. Does your military radar indicate that the plane changed direction at any stage, or was it flying in a straight line as far as you can tell?
First, we have to establish and reiterate really, what our Chief of the Air Force said yesterday, that there is a possibility of a turnaround. The military radar does not indicate what aircraft it is. We are verifying that with FAA and NTSB. Secondly, as long as the route is taken, personally, I would like to wait until FAA and NTSB look at the raw data, which I said in my earlier statement, that we don't only share with the others, but in the present unique situation, we have actually released it to them.
Please,
but I cannot confirm it. Hold on.
John Sparks, Channel 4 News. Yesterday, the fishermen off Fort Dickie said they found what they thought were the remains of a brand new life raft. They said they tried to pass over that life raft to members of the Maritime Agency. They say the Maritime Agency then dropped it and it sank to the bottom of the sea. Later, the Maritime Agency said that life raft was not related or did not belong to the Boeing 777. Have you heard about this incident, and how can they be sure?
I've heard many incidents from many sources, and like I said from the start, we have looked at every lead, and in most cases, in fact nearly in all the cases that we have pursued, we have not found anything positive, but we are continuing with the leads. That is on that particular incident, I do not have details of it. I will check with the APM.
Hold on, please.
We have not ruled it out, far from it. Exactly, when they say the plane vanished in thin air, we just said vanished, and we are still searching for it. There have been occasions in the past, but it took months to locate a plane, even the size of a 777. And that is something that we will continue, and I've given the assurance that we will even intensify.
So you acknowledge it could have gone on for
Of course, like I said, any possibility, and that is why we have extended the area of search.
Yes, please.
Mars Invading press conference said that F-37 disappeared from the military radar at 2:40 a.m. But yesterday the Air Force chief said is that they had a zero flight on 2:18 a.m. Is that means the flight disappeared in 25 minutes?
I have to check on that one.
Behind, please.
CNBC. The bottom line here, Minister, is that you have not found the plane. When you consider the integrity of your radar systems, both commercial and military, do you have the fullest confidence in them?
I do, and now it's been verified by the FAA and the NTSB, international ones. ICAOs are involved. And on the search operations, it's not just about Malaysian assets. We're talking about sophisticated equipment deployed by the US and China. So to say that it's just on our shoulders, I think that is unfair, because the overwhelming support and unprecedented effort on a multinational level, that is something that we should be very proud about, though we need to find the aircraft.
Hold on this side, please. Yes, sir.
Minister, Mark Stone from Sky News. Do you feel, you and your team, that you are any further
further forward with this investigation than you were the moment you discovered the plane was missing?
Until we find debris or more positive symptoms, I'll never feel that we are anywhere forward.
And to follow up on that, other countries, China certainly, are becoming increasingly frustrated, vocal even, about the lack of progress.
I think you should not make sweeping statements like that, because you're getting quite a lot of cooperation and very positive statements on your part too.
And a specific question, if I can.
I think we do not want to go into a
specific
dialogue
question
here.
for the airline, if I can. Can I just ask whether it's possible for anyone to manually turn off the systems that signal from the engines?
Well, anything is possible in an aircraft system anyway. You can have a total electrical failure on the system and it will basically not transmit anything.
Hold on, yes, please.
Just to check, now from the military data, you say that 200 miles northwest of Penang, and that is last reported. Now the question is, the military...
You have to clarify that it has not been established that it is the
Sorry, the plot was found 200 miles northwest of Penang. Is that the limit of the range of your military radar? Is that, or your military radar extends beyond that, and you can see beyond those 200?
Even if it doesn't extend beyond that, if you get the cooperation of neighboring countries which are countries. I'm not going to release those sort of things.
Does it drop off the military radar, or is it...
Those are too sensitive information. Sorry.
Yes, please. Surya from the start. Now, what view do you have on your table where you can work on this aircraft? What
To
tools
save?
you have on
To
your
save aircraft?
to trace the aircraft?
Well, I mean, all the assets I've indicated.
What do you have now on your table?
The two areas that and doing the search on those two areas.
Just that.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to tell the relatives that you're going to just on that.
I'm afraid that's all I can say. What else do you want me to say? All the assets are all there. And it's not just Malaysian assets, but it's an international effort. And I feel for the families, I really do. I can't imagine what they're going through. But if I say anything more and speculate, I might be giving them false hope. And that is not responsible.
Jason?
No neighboring country so far has said Malaysia has requested data on the blip, the port that, on the Straits of Malacca, the blip that the military found. So why is that? Why is that no country so far said that you have?
I don't know whether that
Which
information.
countries have you asked? Which countries have you asked?
Please, please, please.
Can you name the countries whom you requested for the data?
Which one?
Can you name
Like I said, we are working very closely. Like for example, Vietnam from the beginning. And yesterday's press conference, I indicated very clearly because there were allegations that Vietnam is not working with us. So all this information that's coming out, I have to verify on a daily basis. And I promised you that I'll be here every day at 5:30 to answer to any of your allegations.
Indonesia,
Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, and as we expand our search, we may have to include other countries as well. And when the time comes, I will reveal it to you.
Yes, please. Hold on. Please.
Well, I said very clearly the facts is the last transmission we have is at 107 and the system did not transmit any further information beyond that. We did not receive anything beyond 107.
Okay, one last question before we wrap up, please. From?
Only when we have identified and gone through the profile of all the crew members, then the police will be in a better position to inform the public that possibility. Because the IDP has indicated the 4 areas that we're looking at. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. With that, we conclude the session for today, and we'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you very much.